Alright, halfway house. It's Tuesday night. Just picked up this bad boy. 2013 Cleveland CycleWerks 250cc. And this is a, actually it's supposed to say right there. It's called Heist is the model name. I bought one of these, I don't know, 6 years ago. It was super clean and really was a cool bike. And I kind of needed the money to buy a crew cab in Nebraska, so I needed some gas money and some truck money, so I ended up selling it, and I had a 69 Honda 175cc that I sold as well. But I kind of dig these small bikes. I'm not a very experienced rider, and everyone's like, get a Harley, get a panhead, get a shovel head. I'm like, if I get anything, it's gonna be another iron head, because they're cheap and they're plentiful. I like Sportsters, so the sporty kind of style tank, and it's got to have a rigid rear. Wish it had a Springer, but the guy I got this from, he basically said his mom was going to kill him if he kept it, so he was a younger dude. And so he posted it for sale yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, I know what that is. I used to have one. And he said that I guess 2 previous owners ago, they messaged him. I was like, man, what the fuck happened to my bike? And it looks like tweakers got a hold of this thing. So like I said, I've had this thing for, I don't know, 6 hours now, and kind of cleaning it up. So ripped all the old insulation off. The exhaust is chopped off here. So it's super loud. Obviously the wiring's a mess. Definitely needs carburetor work. There's no kill switch. The fake oil tank where all the electronics go is gone. The battery box is gone. I don't know what they did with the fender mounts, but they're gone. And I just changed the oil on this thing. But kind of trying to clean it up. This seat is absolutely hideous, and it's super uncomfortable to ride. Those risers, absolute dog shit. And these handlebars angled back. I mean, I'm 5'9". I'm not a tall dude, and this is super uncomfortable. I don't even know where to go from here, but obviously 7/8 bars with some spacers in there. But I mean, it's just all rigged up. I mean, that's just awful. But I just noticed this, so I was like, "What is that? That's a fucking lug nut." Yes. Oh, they're both lug nuts. That's just a locking one. Great. Hopefully I have a deal for that. But you got wires just chilling. What else? One of these was loose. I don't remember which one. He had this piece of wood wedged in this. I mean, it was a stock tank, but it was wedged in there to lift the tank up for some reason. He had some weird rigged up mount here. I already ordered a Springer seat for it, so I'm not really worried about the tank right now, because once I see where that seat's going to go, then I can mount this back how it's supposed to go. What else? Oh yeah, the brakes. So I was like, man, I got no rear brakes, so where is it at? Like, oh, that looks like it's probably for the reservoir. And look back here, there ain't no caliper. And here's the the hose for it. It actually does run really good. I drove it around the block, and it's pretty terrifying. The throttle, it does not return very well, and having only a front brake, it's pretty sketchy. And again, I'm not a super experienced rider, so it was terrifying. I've heard of people putting, I've had a bunch of kickers. I've had, I think, 4 kickers and one of these and some old Hondas and shit, but I've heard just so many people like, man, put a Suzuki 650 in there. I'm like, dude, go ride this motherfucker. That 250, I mean, again, I'm not very experienced, but that is as fast as I would want to go on a bike this small. I don't know what the fuck people are doing putting 650 Suzukis and HK1 kickers. That's insanity. But anyway, here's the new toy. Wanted to share. Oh yeah, I'm kind of playing around with some exhaust just so I have something more, but not my best pipe fitting or welding, but I kind of wanted to mimic that curve of the frame. For one, it's just super loud, and the longer it is, I figured the quieter it's going to be, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I didn't get the angle perfect, but this thing's a piece of shit, so I think it's close enough. So I'm going to build a mount off of this, I think, and and obviously that's loose too, so. But anyway, I think that'll look cool, kind of match the curve of the frame. Obviously it's, oh, yeah, I think it'll look cool. But yeah, anyway, just basically unrig this thing, and have a cool little neighborhood cruiser. Obviously needs lights. I did get the front light with it, but it's a plastic big ass piece of shit. It looks hideous, but it's got the correct bracket for those 2 holes, so I'm gonna keep the bracket and get a new light. I'm gonna have to make these fender struts. I'm not gonna worry about the battery or any of that shit. Weld up some exhaust probably tomorrow. Get rid of this shit. I mean, look at that, mismatched bolts even. But yeah, anyway, this thing for 250cc is terrifying to drive as is, and my chick was like, well, I want to ride it. I'm like, hell no, nobody's riding this thing until I get some things buttoned up. I also noticed motor mount bolts are all swapped out. Like, it's total tweaker stuff. I mean, I've never done the shit, but growing up where I grew up, a lot of people do that shit, and it's easy to spot tweaker shit, and this is definitely tweaker shit. So, yeah, it does have a 21-inch front and an 18-inch rear spoked. I think it looks cool with the black. I think I'll probably paint the tank and leave everything else. Paint the tank and the fenders and leave everything else black. But I got this thing cheap enough to where I don't mind putting, you know, $1,000 into, and I'll still have plenty of wiggle room, have a cool little cruiser, little 255 speed. Anyway, halfway house. It's, I don't know, 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna go find me a brewski and probably go to the marketplace and try to find some more piles of shit to resurrect. I will see y'all later.